everyone, I'm Mind, and ToothDominoes, who is one of the LEGO designers who works on Ninjago, just made this thread about the new sets that were just revealed, and there's some pretty interesting stuff in it, so I wanted to go through it real quick and make a short video for you guys just talking about it. So this wave of sets, and potentially any other sets in the same vein that we may get in the future, is going to be called Ninjago Core. And the idea behind it is it's supposed to be a line of Ninjago sets that stands on its own without content, and what that means essentially is without a tie-in show or anything else, but may also be the epitome of Ninjago toys. Now I was kind of surprised by that phrasing at first because, I mean, I like some of these sets, but I would say they're far from the epitome of Ninjago toys. But I think the important word here is toy, because obviously all LEGO is a toy in some sense, but a lot of LEGO sets nowadays are actually more models than they are toys. So I guess these ones were specifically designed with play, like, much more heavily in mind. So he explains, after the specialized launches like Prime Empire and Seabound, the markets asked for a wave with a classic Ninjago identity. So this is essentially saying we got a video game wave, we got an underwater wave, we just need a classic ninja wave, which I kind of agree with. We kind of got that with the island, but we haven't had a classic ninja wave in a long time, so it makes sense that it was time to get one here. We would not get any story continuing content in order to make sure we could get started on second half year 2022 as early as possible. So that's very exciting. So second half year, that's referring to the summer and whatnot, and this will probably be the next season of the show. And they said we want to get started as early as possible. So this is probably going to be a very big wave. I know us fans of the show have been suspecting that that the next season's going to be the finale to this like era of Ninjago. And hearing that like the set designers are working on it like very early makes me very excited for that wave. And yeah, this pretty much confirms that these sets are not show-based. So the fact that Nia's in the sets is not confirming that Nia's coming back to the show. It just means she's still going to be part of the Ninjago core line because it's not specifically based on the show. So that makes sense. Another thing is these sets are supposed to be made for a slightly younger audience. The idea was to make sets between the 4+ and 7+ age groups, so these sets are all listed as 6+. So that's why they feel a little bit more simplistic than regular LEGO sets, because a lot of them are intended for a younger audience. In order to ensure an appropriate building experience for the 6+ age mark, we start a lot of model element concepts to explore the 3 cornerstones of Ninjago: vehicles, dragons, and mechs. Here's some concept art that was shared showing how they had the idea to have like mechs with interchangeable parts, and even ways to combine it with other sets, like you can combine a dragon and a mech just like this. I'm not sure if this is going to be possible with the sets, but if they did carry this over, that would be very cool. So ToothDominoes came up with an all-new building system. So this new joint piece, which is actually in one of the Monkey Kid sets I have, and I'm surprised, like, I didn't know what that was, but apparently it was designed for Ninjago. But he designed an entirely new mech system called SCCBS as opposed to just CCBS. And these are essentially more system-based parts, meaning they have more studs and stuff on them. They don't rely entirely on like Technic and ball joints and whatnot. And then he showed more concept art as to how these pieces are meant to be used. So he showed with the original ball joints that things were too thin, but with the new part that was introduced, now the mechs and whatnot could be a lot more stable. And you can see there's concept art for a Lloyd mech and a Cole mech as well. I believe the Kai mech does actually come in the temple, but it'd be very cool if we got these two at some point as well, because they do look really good. And then he also responded to a few fans who asked questions, and I thought this one was pretty significant. So this person said, so that means this wave doesn't connect to the show, and he replied, the short answer is not directly. There will be several shorts featuring some of the models from this wave, but they will not pick up from where Seabound picked up. So, again, confirmation that this is not, like, retroactively getting rid of Nia's sacrifice. We don't know what's going to happen with Nia, but these sets do not take place after Seabound. He also explains why snakes are the bad guys. Snakes are painted as bad guys because we cannot rely on content for a more abstract villain. There's no show or anything to tie in with this, so they didn't really have any way to explain like a more complex villain. Snakes are instantly recognizable as Ninjago and test very well with children, which makes sense. But that's about all I have to say for this video. Go check out ToothDominoes on Twitter. He gives behind the scenes info on the design process pretty often on Twitter actually, so it's always really cool to see. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this stuff, like for sure check him out. I really appreciate him creating a thread like this because it's good to have this information. And honestly, hearing all this makes me more excited for the wave. If there really is like a lot of customizability with the dragons and the mechs and everything, I think I'll like them a lot more. But yeah, we'll have to see. Regardless, I'm very excited for this wave. Let me know what you guys think of all this in the comments below. What do you think about this not being a season? Like, just what are your overall thoughts? I posted my second early 2022 LEGO Monkey Kid review a few hours ago, so make sure to check that out if you haven't yet. And I think that's all I have to say for this one. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.